Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. Warner Brothers was kind enough to send us a copy. I watched it. I loved it. Here's my review. Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 is finally here, and it delivers a moody and cool holiday treat for fans of The Dark Knight. The first half of this summer's animated feature film adaptations of the classic mid-1990s comic book story by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, The Long Halloween Part 1's first act takes place on Halloween night, and it is packed with appropriate atmosphere, kicking off with a beautiful tone-setting shot of a lit jack-o'-lantern and blood behind the film's title as it appears. The opening credits are accompanied by actual panels from the source comic books, intercut with a montage setting the stage for the first known kill of a mystery villain who will soon be known only as Holiday. We meet all the main characters through how they each spend their Halloween. Bruce Wayne, voiced by Jensen Ackles, is at home with Alfred, played by Alistair Duncan. Bruce says it's an absurd holiday, to which Alfred responds, quote, "Ah, yes, putting on costumes and striking fear. Quite absurd." Bruce's alter ego has a more lively All Hallows Eve, however, as Batman has a high-flying night with Catwoman, played by the late Naya Rivera. Voiced by Billy Burke, James Gordon, who is a Gotham City Police captain at this point in his career, is at home about to take his kids trick-or-treating. It's notable that Gordon's daughter, Barbara, the future Batgirl, is dressed as a Gotham police officer, while his son James is dressed as a ghost. But they don't make it out the door before Gordon is called in to work the murder of a member of the Falcone crime family. District Attorney Harvey Dent, voiced by Josh Duhamel, comes home to his wife Gilda, played by Julie Nathanson, who is depressed and not feeling much Halloween spirit. At one point, she even tells Harvey, quote, "You have a love-hate relationship with everything," just before he sees the bat symbol in the distant skyline. On that Halloween night, Batman meets with Gordon and Dent on a rooftop, and they make a fateful pact to find the killer. Gordon even tells them to, quote, "bend the rules, but don't break them." Later, it's ironically Batman who suggests that Harvey let a coin flip decide just how far he's willing to bend the rules. With the mystery of who the Halloween killer is firmly in place, the second act takes place on Thanksgiving, with Batman battling high-skilled assassins in Chinatown. Christmas brings the Joker, voiced by Troy Baker, to Harvey's house, where he decorates the tree with skull ornaments, and later to Gotham's own mafia godfather, Carmine Falcone, mainly because the clown prince of crime is annoyed that the holiday killer is trying to steal his spotlight as the #1 psychopath in town. At one point, Falcone's rival crime boss, Sal Maroni, even tells Batman, quote, "You're not much of a detective, are you?" It's kind of shocking to hear it said out loud, but it's true. At this point, Batman is not yet the world's greatest detective. He's not even a good detective yet, but it's that comment in the midst of this holiday killer case that articulate to Bruce that it's just what he will have to become. David Dastmalchian's Calendar Man is this film's Hannibal Lecter-type character, imprisoned in Arkham Asylum, yet seemingly in the know about the current killings and the possible motivations of other members of Batman's rogues gallery of iconic villains. When Batman and Gordon visit him on Christmas Eve, he's of course expecting them and makes quick assumptions about why Dent is not with him. The fourth and final chapter of the film starts on New Year's Eve and ends with a New Year's Day murder, but not before eliminating some of the red herrings so brilliantly laid out over the course of the film, leaving the mystery more unsolved than ever as a new year dawns. And keep watching all the way through, because an after credits scene introduces Poison Ivy, voiced by Halloween Resurrection's Katie Sackhoff, into the mix, who immediately uses her powers to charm Bruce Wayne, a perfect setup for the next holiday, Valentine's Day, which will kick off The Long Halloween Part 2. Jensen Ackles does a great job voicing the brooding Batman, and Josh Duhamel makes a good Harvey Dent. The film is fittingly dedicated to the memory of the late Naya Rivera, the Glee star who died in a tragic boating accident in July of 2020 after already completing her voice work as Catwoman. The soundtrack by Michael Gatt is especially phenomenal, setting the tone with cool synth styles, while at other times notably evoking Danny Elfman's score from Batman Returns. Bonus features on the Part 1 Blu-ray include a 9-minute behind-the-scenes sneak peek at the upcoming sequel, The Long Halloween Part 2, which reveals some new footage, including Two-Face saying "Trick or Treat," Calendar Man saying "It's All Hallows Eve," and Scarecrow riding a horse. Also included among the bonus content on the Blu-ray is the DC Showcase short The Losers, about a legendary ragtag team of World War II outcasts who find themselves marooned on an uncharted island in the South Pacific that is overrun by dinosaurs, and 2 classic episodes of Batman the Animated Series, including Christmas with the Joker, which is just what the title suggests and is a perfect companion for this holiday-friendly feature film. The other episode is titled It's Never Too Late, a redemption tale that may not be set on Christmas, but is definitely strongly inspired by Scrooge's story in A Christmas Carol. Highly recommended for all seasons. The killings have only just begun for Batman, but this is one Halloween you won't want to end. The Long Halloween Part 1 is out now on Blu-ray and digital from Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment.